Good morning. Welcome to ATI Pro Media. We're going to have an action-packed, quick show for you. We want to thank our sponsors, China. China throwing a party overnight like you've never seen. Kind of reminds me of the old Oprah thing where you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. China giving away all types of stuff. They're lowering rates. They're making it easier to buy a house. They're making it easier to borrow money. They're doing this. They're doing that. You could see it. Dr. Copper leading the way. Definitely not. It wasn't on the bingo card. News came out last night. Took a while for the markets to react to it. We'll get into it. With that, let's take a quick trip to LaSalle Street. Then we'll go to Wall Street and we'll head right back here. D's corn up 416.5. No beans, the star of the show. 10, they went as high. They're up 18. They went as high as 10.58 1/4, up 17, coming off a little bit. Seeing some strength in the wheat, border trade, KC mini up a little, not a lot. Things are starting to sell off. Soybeans, the star of the show. Soybean oil, definitely the star, up 115. Meal up fairly nice, up 43. All right, meats, live cattle a little lower. Seeing feeder cattle about unchanged. Let's take it to Wall Street. Gold approaching record highs again. Just moving on up. Silver with a 31 handle. What else do we have on Wall Street? Interesting, coming in this morning, 2s, 5s, 10s, 30s, interest rates exploding higher. Let me say that again. Even though the Fed cut a half and they have another half on target, interest rates are going up. We could talk about that in the show. Going to talk a lot more about it in premium content. If you're not subscribed to premium content, oh boy, we wish you were. Connor B, come on in, baby. We got to get a quick one. We got to get in. We got to get out because we got business to do.
I got to say, good to be back. Great show yesterday with you and Brady. A couple of people are saying, Connor, you might have to stay off because the market rallies when you're not on the show. Luckily, today I'm on, and we've got beans up big. We will take it, Tommy.
Yeah, let's just get right in the charts. I know normally we're like, oh, let's look at this. Let's look at that.
Because I think your chart's not going to show it.
We hit the 100. We're real close. Yeah.
I think talk of filling some gaps too, right?
Okay, so I'm using a daily line. I do not have the candlestick figuration in there.
I think it was in the 1045, 1048. So we blew right through it. We're getting close. Remind me again, Tommy. Green line is our 100-day, right? Red is 200.
And I could change them, of course, folks. These change period, throughout the show. I can make it a 10. Currently, this is a soybean chart. November daily. Green is 100. Red is 200. We are so close to kissing that 100. Didn't have that on the bingo card as we come into harvest with all these big stocks. Markets are selling off just a little bit here as we get into the show. What do you think, buddy?
It's great to see. Great rally yesterday, great rally today, right? Brazil continues to be dry. We got a little planning progress there. I look at this, right? We've just started. We're wet here in Central Illinois. This is great opportunities, Tommy. Remind me if you've heard this story before, but we have a little bit planning delays. The market rallies, right? Should we have taken advantage of it 5 months ago when we saw a little planning delays in the United States? Probably. Is this actionable market moves? In my opinion, absolutely. So
yeah, definitely protectable. I mean, say you're
protectable. Great.
Yeah, you're up in North Dakota and you need a few more weeks for your beans and you want to get through the election, move right to a Jan put, set the floor, and you get yourself through that election coverage. That's definitely, I'll be calling people today, getting them out of no, moving them to Jan. I'd rather make a cash sale. It's the one thing everyone forgets to tell you to do. Every broker buy puts. When the heck are the brokers going to tell people to sell cash? Yesterday was a day. Today was a day. And I'm okay if they do nothing on the futures and option side, as long as they are getting those beans sold off the combine. Yep. Now, they're going to want to come in and re-own them. And I can give you a lot of reasons why, and we talk about that on premium. Should we dart over to a corn chart real quick, my friend?
Yeah, let's do it.
Not quite as much strength, but we were coiling, and we're we're getting
not as friendly as a chart, but good to break through that 4. Right, we got 415 level. Good to see. Last time we were there, if we could take that ticker off, last time we broke this level was what, Tommy? Beginning of August?
Yeah, so you'd like to know these tops here? Yeah, we'll go here. We'll go way back here. This July 25. And the last time we did something like this was September. We're going, kicking it August, 30th, like a month end type of deal. And felt great. And then we just went sad trombone. The real quick, just want to folks who like to forward, sell, forward, protect. I know you're excited. There's a rally, but let's not get too cray cray. There's 452 in the D's 25. We're not in a screaming raging Cajun bull market. I mean, if you're all bulled up and times are better, I would not go pay too much for the lake house and new pickup, because we are 450 corn in D's 25, D's 26. And I'm just trying to keep you humble in the sense that, yes, we're rallying 455, 456, and D's 26 and D's 27. If you think times are so much better, this one's really bad. D's 27, 440, 450. Hey, real quick on the headlines, you see what President Trump said yesterday in Pennsylvania
About John Deere?
Yeah, interesting.
I did. So he, we don't have it as a headline, but he proposed if John Deere, stop me if I'm wrong at all, Tommy, if John Deere moves business to Mexico or out of the country, he proposed a 200% tariff on that business. So interesting to see. I like the America First attitude, right? Now, when we talk tariffs, there's always repercussions, but interesting. Definitely catching some headlines there.
Yeah, we'll take it. We just had someone, the dogs, you might hear little T-Bone. I had an in-studio guest. I've been keeping the dogs downstairs with me when we record, just for safety of the family and stuff, but looks like someone's at the door. Well, someone's at the door of the presidential election. We're going to have a presidential winner here in the next 40, 50 days, and we're going to have to go on with our lives, whether we win or lose. Anyone who's been involved in sports or any aspect, there's winners and losers. They're not giving out trophies here in this election, and there are going to be a lot of policy changes regardless of who wins the presidency. Also keep an eye on the House and the Senate. So lots of political stuff there. We haven't done it lately, but I'm in a good mood. Let's give away a flag, folks. If you want to give a hold of us, give us a call, 1-855-737-FARM. Info at ATI Pro Media, 1-855-737-FARM. Rain gauges, we got rain gauges too. Now, don't be greedy. Don't ask for everything. Don't ask for the coffee cup, the rain gauge, and the flag, the whole trifecta. But heck, if you need something, give us a call. We'll let you, we'll get that out. Matter of fact, they have a couple to send. If you've asked for them before, we're about 2-3 behind. We have a couple good people. I was late today. Sorry. I was talking to a Pro Media subscriber. This is so wild to talk to these people because they're not clients of us on the brokerage side. Sometimes they're just people who pay the $30 a month and the $1 a day. And yeah, great guy. I think our emails have been going to a spam folder, but nonetheless, he said, tell Connor and Brady hi. Matter of fact, he was disappointed it wasn't you who answered, and that was hard on the old TG ego.
Oh,
like,
I don't believe
Connor?
that.
Is this
I
Connor
don't
B?
believe that 1 second.
All right, what other headlines do we have? And we're going to do 2 questions and hop. Let's go.
Yep. Let's look at harvest progress, right? Corn, 14% harvested, soybeans, 13%. Trade was expecting a little bit farther on corn, but we're right in line with where we were last year, right? Last year, we were 13% harvested on corn, 10% on soybeans, a little bit ahead of soybeans. I don't know about, looks like the Corn Belt got a lot of rain. We got a lot of rain in the forecast in Central Illinois. I don't expect a whole lot of activity, right? That forecast could change quickly, but I don't think harvest progress is going to, we're not going to make a big dent in it this week, Tommy, if I had to predict anything.
Yeah, it's a little sprinkly here. I shut the lawn sprinklers off. Gina was complaining about the water bill. Not complaining. She was just noticing it was a little high. I mean, so we have a nice looking lawn, right? Yeah, complaining. Little too late for some of these people. I think they really would have loved this moisture last week of August, first 2 of Sep. Go ahead.
Definitely. Well, when we look at soybean cutting soybeans, no one likes to cut 8-9%. So a little bit of precipitation, right? We're still early. It's still the end of September. We'll take it, right? We'll see where it goes. But other planting progress we had is we got to go down, right? Should be the star of the show is looking at South America. And so Brazil planting progress, that first corn is 16.2%, pretty much in line. Soybean, right? This is the story. Soybean planting progress, only 0.2% of soybeans are planted in Brazil. Last year, they were like a 1.5. And so we had, right? It's amazing the stories that come back around every year. We talked about delayed planting last year. We're a little bit behind. Here's the thing to keep in mind. 85% of Brazil soybeans are planted in October, right? We're a little early to the ball game. Now, I'm not saying it could absolutely stay dry and we continue to see delayed planting and maybe a little bit reduced production, but it just goes back to what I was saying before, Tommy. We got to look at this as an opportunity if you're a U.S. farmer.
Yeah, folks, if you're out there, give us a click, a like, a subscribe. Really noticing a lot more interaction with people on the YouTube side. We got some YouTube shorts, YouTube videos. We got pay for premium. We have so many headlines, and they all matter. And let's go through them super quick. Speed round. China.
I was gonna say, yeah, let's talk the big one, right? Give
Mhm.
China's central bank, right? We introduced a plethora, what a word there, Joe, of economic measures with the intent to boost their struggling economy. Friday, right? They didn't cut rates. Amazing how quick things change, and they're ready to boost the economy.
Yeah, they're. I'm going to touch on this on premium, but they're doing quantitative easing. I mean, this is full blown QE in every way. This is like what you do when things are really, really, really bad and you need to stop the madness. I also think this move will help the massively spur inflation. I'll be on Cow Guy later, and I don't know the subject matter, but I bet you Scott says between the Fed cutting a half and then the next headline with the Fed, thinking about cutting another half, this is going to spur inflation. This is in some ways very great for our farmer clients, farm economy, wonderful for landowners. My friend, the land talker, popped up a big chunk of land in Missouri, went at a high price. Jojo, pop up that CME Group Fed Watch. We got a 50% chance of a 50% rate cut in 44 days. That's a big deal at the November meeting. We'll see. Is that right before the election or probably after? I will check into that.
Sure.
Well, we got 44 days. Rick, how many days to the election? Please stand by.
I think that'd be before the election.
That'll be interesting if they do that. S&P 500 closed at highs for the 40th time this year. Record highs, S&P. Markets on fire. I was listening to RFD TV radio, rural radio. I think it's channel 147. And Scott was talking to our friend Kenny Polcari, the smiling Italian from New York. And Scott said, why are people not questioning this rate cut? Rate cuts are something you do right before something gets bad, when things are bad. The S&P 500 closed at all-time highs, and we just cut a half point. Does the Fed know something? Is the Fed politically motivated, or was it just what they decided to do? We cut rates as a tool to add liquidity. The saver makes less. It tends to make people want to go to the stock market. If the Dow had pulled back 5, 10, 15%, let's start cutting rates. That's not what they did. All-time highs, Fed cuts rates, to be continued. We'll talk about it here every day live at 9. What else do we have for Ukraine? Little dry. Some problems over there. What do you see over there, Brady? Connor, sorry to compliment you like that and call you Brady. Connor B, sorry.
So again, right? It's the Russia-Ukraine, right? That is escalating, and we're seeing those headlines pop up. But it's funny how fast things changed from a couple of years ago, because the headline that we're popping up is growing conditions in Ukraine. They continue to remain dry, and so it's interesting when we look at all the big corn, soy, wheat producers, right? United States, we had a great wheat crop. We have a record corn crop, record soy crop. Now we're debating, right? Is South America? Time will tell, right? Not off to a great start. Ukraine, very dry. And so interesting to see that right now, United States, we're the only ones that have some really good crops. Things can change fast, but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, 41 days to the election. Thanks, Mr. Rick. 41 days to the election.
After. I was wrong.
Yeah, 44 days to the next thing. Hey, questions, comments, Robert? I do see. Do you understand Robert's question? I don't.
Pop it up. I didn't. Let me read it.
If
will USDA numbers lose relevancy as BRICS come to fruition? Is BRICS like the coalition where it's Brazil, Russia? I think that's what he's talking about, where it's Brazil, Russia, India, China. What's the S? I'm not sure what the S is, but who knows, Robert? But when I look at the USDA numbers, we can debate them, we can hate what they print, but they're pretty transparent about how they come up with their numbers. And so we compare it to what CONAB prints, right? That's been the story all year, is that discrepancy. And sometimes it's kind of a head scratcher how CONAB comes up with their numbers. It's not with the USDA. If you're really bored or you have a narcolepsy and need to sleep, well, you can read about how they come up with their numbers. So to me, USDA numbers still going to have relevance, at least for the near term.
It's what everyone trades off of. But to
South
his point,
Africa is the S. Thank you, Luke.
Great. Thank you, guys. The great question. Great question. No matter what, though, to Robert, you only get your bushels off of your farm. Now, if you want to try to figure out this whole thing, USDA has over 100,000 employees, and they really can't figure things out for months and months and months. What makes any individual at this firm or any firm think they actually are real close. We watched the Pro Farmer Crop Tour go out. They do a wonderful job. They take thousands of samples. They get close, but not they could be off too, because in the end, I don't know if you know this, Mother Nature is large and in charge, and she ain't running for election, folks. She's dictator for life when it comes to weather and market.
I got to tell you, Tommy, your opening monologue where you mentioned thank you for our sponsor, China. I lost it.
Were you giggling like a little kid?
Oh my gosh, I had to mute my mic. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna do some crazy stuff here. We're having fun.
Hit
This
that
is
like
fun
button.
doing this, folks. We do this for you. It's free. But man, it was so much fun talking to ATI Pro Media Premium subscriber before we got here, and it was a little late, but this is live, and this is so much easier than what I do on Cow Guy. When this is fun. This is easy.
Thank you, Wesley. Hit that like button if you like the info. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think I got some sounds on here. Whoa, Wesley. Sorry, that's not the sound.
There we go.
This is what I want. Like and subscribe, folks. Thank you. Getting close to 20,000 subscribers. All right, grab this one.
Do you ever think that monetary policy is adding a little to this rally?
100%. What do you think?
Really? Okay.
100%. That the pressure that was put on from higher rates, the twos are now 0.20 under the tens, if I'm seeing that right. Jojo can look over at the TV, but I think the twos are 360 and the tens 380, or twos are 370 and the tens are 390. Money is becoming easier. Access to money is becoming easier. People will start buying. I'm joke around being in the market for a nice pickup. I'm starting to see the 4.2 with good credit and all the other yummies out there. You're going to see some sales here, folks, at the end of the year when it comes to markets and financing, and it's going to help the home market. And the homes are the backbone of the economy. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt the land market at all. It's going to keep land bid. Good stuff.
And sometimes, when I look at commodity markets, I'm talking South America, I get my blinders on, right? I'm looking at production issues, and that's why I see we're rallying. But at the end of the day, right, we've got the dollar is dropping significantly, right? That could bode well for U.S. exports. We could see, we're really shaping up. There's potential. We've got a long way to go, but if we could see good U.S. soy import, like if China has to come to the table, right? That'd be fantastic. We'll take it.
Well, yeah, it ain't over till it's over, and it's fun how I will say the short-term traders are getting blown up on soybeans. There are groups of people who just absolutely knew in their heart of hearts this was going to 850, and they put it all in. And when we crossed through 10 and went to 950, they were ordering shots. And right now, the only thing they're ordering is money from their bank to their trading account because they're caught short. And that is wonderful for the American farmer. You guys and gals complain about the speculator. The speculator's caught short and you're caught long. Ring the bell. This is one for you. But you got to sell it to them. So if someone just puked beans up 20 as a farmer, you got to be giving it to them at harvest. And then we can move over to some type of derivative strategy.
Right. So do you expect rate cuts to have an effect on the Dees July corn carry, or is that not a needle mover?
We'll let Mr. Kurt Struber grab that in premium. That's a premium question, Jacob, and we will grab that. And that's Jacob giving us some material for what to talk about with premium. Kurt will grab that. Good stuff. Thanks, though. Make sure we get that episode to you.
We got rain this morning. Buckeye Farm Boy first since first week of August. Right, we saw that it was it crop conditions. I saw something with Ohio, and yeah, well, good to see. It's probably too little, too late, right? But I'm sure you'll take it there in Ohio.
Yeah, and we'll send Buckeye. Get a hold of us. We'll send you a bunch of rain gauges. You're going to need them again this fall and next year. One client I talked to, he says this rain too little, too late. He said it will stop the combine fires, and they're just happy to have some moisture. Like nobody's really in my idea, man. We got to keep an eye on the storm. We had Mick Kerr talking. Let's talk about what premium is, who premium is, and we're going to get the heck out of here. Welcome to ATI Pro Media, powered by Advanced Trading. We're a financial channel that loves agriculture. For just $1 a day, you'll receive advanced trading research, actionable text, and a minimum of 6 videos a week featuring industry experts and insight. Click the button below to subscribe today. All right, I'm going to go full screen, go off the rails. You're going to laugh at me, but I want JoJo to make a short of this. Did China get so aggressive so that it almost guarantees a Harris presidential win? drop a comment below. I think this was politically motivated by China, not only to help their own country, but to guarantee and make sure that they're not arguing with President Trump. Connor B., you don't have to say anything. Say, have a good day, folks. That's all. Like, subscribe. We'd love to have you on the premium side. We got to get smiling and dialing. We do have a day job.
Let's do it. We're pulling back ever so slightly. Bean's still up 15. Corn's right at that. Corn's up 2, right about 3 cents off the high. So we'll take it. But yeah, let's get to it, Tommy.
Yeah, folks, if you're out there, tell a friend about this. This is free, live at 9. Today's news today. Tommy Grisafi, Valparaiso, Indiana. Connor B., Assumption, Illinois. We have premium content. If you're interested, for $1 a day, www.atipromedia.com. Want a 30-minute appointment with one of us? Are you not an advanced trading client, but you want to talk about some choices you have in the future? As I showed you, D's 24, 25, 26, 27 corn, all at 450. The markets are rallying. Don't get too excited. Today is an actionable day. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. We will see you tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.